Differences in economic development. Economic development is a broader concept than economic growth, focusing on improving the overall well-being of a nation's people. Here, we have measure of economic dev. First is gross national income or GNI. It is a measure of a country's total income earned by its residents. Next is purchasing power parity or PPP. This helps us compare living standards in different countries by adjusting GNI per capita based on the cost of living, so that is PPP. We also have here this map shows the gross national income per capita in different countries around the world in 2009. The map uses different colors to represent different income levels from low income to high income. This helps us to understand the economic differences between countries and how much money people in each country typically earn. Next is the black economy or shadow economy is like a hidden market where people sell things without paying taxes. Next is the human development and HDI is a way to measure how people are living in different countries.
Political economy and economic progress. Political economy focuses on the interrelationships among individuals, government, and public policy. It examines the interplay between the politics and economics. Political economy is about how the politics affects the economy and how the economy affects the politics. Economic progress is the increase in the market value by the goods and products produced by an economy over time, such as increase of GDP or gross domestic product, per capita income, and standard of living.
The democratic government are far more conducive to long-term economic growth than dictatorship. Democratic government promote transparency, accountability, citizen participation, and fostering innovation, and also the investment. Totalitarian states. In totalitarian states, we have a limit human freedom, suppress human development, determine progress. Next is the economic progress budget democracy. We have a economic progress. Third is a democracy. Ang democracy is an economic progress fosters democracy by creating a middle class that demands political rights, promoting education and civic engagement, and enabling institutions that support democratic government and accountability. Geography, education, and economic development. So, ang geography, it influences education to access and quality. Economic progress, budget democracy. We have a education and economic growth. States in transition. We have a spread democracy, a spread of market-based system, spread of democracy, new world order, and global terrorism. Francis is an American political science and also an author, known for his book, The End of History and the Last Man.
Samuel Huntington or Samuel Felix Huntington was an American political scientist, advisor, and books author. He has most popular books, which is The Class of Civilization and The Remarking of World's Order, and this proceeds to nature of economic transformation. Number 1 is deregulation. Deregulation removing legal restriction to the free place of markets and the establishment of private enterprises and the manners in which private enterprises operate. The regulation involves removing price control. Number 2 is privatization. Privatization is to when the government-owned business operation or a property becomes owned by a private. And privatization and deregulation. Deregulation ensures that privatization did not simply replace a state-owned by monopoly with a private monopoly. Privatization failure. Number 1 is sheltered from competition. Number 2 is acting like state monopoly. The success of privatization is number 1 is more general deregulation and the opening of the economy. Number 2 is a good ownership structure.
So we also have here the legal system. So why is it the legal system is important in economic transformation? First is in order to have a well-functioning market economy. Second is the incentives to engage in economic activity can reduce substantially by private and public entities without legal system. We also have the rest, political, economic, and legal risk. Political risk is the likelihood that political forces will cause drastic changes in a country's business environment that adversely affect the profit and other goals of a business enterprise. Economic risk is the likelihood that economic mismanagement will cause drastic changes in a country's business management that impact in that particular business enterprise. And the last one is the legal risk. The likelihood that a trading partner will opportunistically break a contract or expropriate property